Welcome back. The ability to bounce back can be the difference in a team's success. Back in 2017, the boys' Oakville Rockets fell short in the 1A state championship. Most people counted them out the following season, but a determined coach and team had different plans in 2018 as they made their way back to the state finals.
My name is John Kraus, Athletic Director, Oakville High School. I was the boys' varsity basketball coach for 20 seasons here at Oakville. We finished second in the state tournament 2017 and won the state championship in 2018. We began the 2016-17 season on a pretty good note for the most part. We get to the state championship game and we're playing Effingham St. Anthony. They get off to a good start, jumped out on us maybe 7 or 8 points early.
And now their lead has grown to 9.
We fought back, battled all night, under a minute to go.
Can they bring home the first state championship for Oakville? Or will it be St. Anthony?
And they came right back at us.
Gibson drives, spins, shoots and scores over Gons.
What a tough bucket by Drew Gibson.
Oakville for the tie. Noah King for 3 in the tie. Just short. And St. Anthony is your 1A state champion.
That was a great senior class. We lost probably 6 or 7 seniors that year. But we had a couple kids that had played some minutes with our varsity group that year that were juniors the previous year. And I don't think our expectation from the coaching staff was as high, obviously, as the year before. And so we go into the postseason, and to be truthful, I made a point early in the season with our coaching staff that we're not going to talk about last year. We were just going to start over, start fresh, not bring it up, and we didn't. So we got to the postseason. We had 5 kids that played well together, that were easy to coach, and shared the ball and took open shots, and nobody was selfish, and they just got better and better and better. We played a local school from Goreville in the semifinals of the state tournament and beat them, fairly easy in the first round game, and then had to play Anawan in the state championship game.
Anawan ranked 4th in the final AP poll. Oakville got 1 vote in that final poll. They had 1 believer.
Wyatt Croney, who was a little guard for us, a very good shooter who had struggled through the postseason, got hot.
Trevor King into the lane, kicks to Croney for 3, another one for Wyatt Croney.
It's surgery right now, Lee. It is surgery what they're doing to the defense of Anawan.
And so he got hot, and we got a lead. And once we got the lead, we were able to spread them out and just, kind of finish things off.
Croney to the hoop and 1. 3 the old-fashioned way for Wyatt Croney.
Wyatt Croney, have yourself a game.
It was a really one of those things where you just can't believe it when you look back on it. I just would have never thought that group would have been the group that won the state championship team.
You couldn't write it any better.
Not at all.
Redemption.
Not at all.
Some of those kids were there last year in that state championship game when we lost and know what it felt like. And once we got there, I felt really good that once we got to the state championship game that they were going to do what they did. The 2018 Oakville Rockets was the first state championship trophy that we were able to put in the trophy case here at Oakville for the boys.
Of course, that was a great run for Oakville. John Kraus's daughter, Elena Kraus, won the girls' championship just last week, 56-35 over Christopher. She had 21 points in that game. So, 2 champions in the Kraus family. That is our 1A championship already in the books. 2A championship still to come between Central Catholic and DePaul Prep. We'll get you ready for it when we come back. You're looking live at State Farm Center as the 2A squads in Central Catholic and DePaul College Prep get set for their 2A championship game. As they prepare, though, we'll send it to Casey Standahar, who is standing by.
Darius, thank you. Joining me now is Michelle Payne, the apprenticeship director for LIUNA between games here. Michelle, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
So we know the construction industry is growing. What are some of the jobs and the program training that new members can receive?
In our laborers apprenticeship program, members receive training in building, heavy highway construction, environmental remediation, anything from asphalt and concrete to asbestos abatement and hazardous waste removal.
And what are some of the perks for new members?
Besides the wages, the benefits, these individuals are gaining valuable technical skills and additionally some college credit while they're going through training.
We are in a arena full of high school students. Why are these types of programs so important for high school students and a good opportunity for them as well?
These kids are the epitome of what we're looking for. They have hard work and dedication. They're very determined. They're very technologically advanced, and as the times change, so does our trade. So those are exactly the type of kids we're looking for.
For students watching at home, for young people watching at home, where can they find more information through LIUNA?
Visit our website at www.illaborers.org.
Thank you so much, Michelle Payne. Darius, we'll send it back over to you.
Thank you, Casey. That's a look at State Farm Center as the 2A teams are getting ready to get started here. We got 3 more games to come on this championship Saturday. DePaul obviously bringing home the first championship of the day in Class 1A. DePaul Prep and Central Catholic hope to do it in 2A. Then it'll be Simeon and Metamora in 3A action around 5:30. And Downers Grove North and Moline close out the day and the boys basketball season at 7:15 in the 4A championship. So we're still roughly minutes away here from our 2A championship. Coach Lindo and DePaul Prep, Central Catholic, they'll be hitting the court in that 2A championship. How do you expect that matchup to play out?
Well, first off, if you're going Bloomington Central Catholic, if you're going to negate DePaul Prep, you have to negate the inside, the big fellas on the inside, 6'7", 6'8", in McElroy and Kamen. They are their go-to guys. And you talk about length sometimes, these guys have strength. So you really have to play some physical basketball if you're Bloomington Central Catholic. That would be their key. And I think Bloomington Central Catholic has to, I don't know if they have to win the boards, Darius, but they have to be competitive on the boards against DePaul Prep here in this 2A championship. Yeah, they were dominant really in their semifinal against Teutopolis, holding them to just 17 points in that victory. Jalen McElroy got to double figures in that contest as well. Now on the other side, obviously Cole Serta is the name that people know. He had 19 points in that semifinal, 16 of that coming in the second half. So how do you stop him? I think you asked me that yesterday, and I said, I don't know. He's just a great player. Remember, he was under a little bit of duress in the first quarter yesterday, didn't score the basketball at will, but ended up with 19 points. He's averaging 26 on the season. He has 114 threes. A treat for fans to watch because he is recruited by every major Division I school in the Midwest right now. And how do you defend him? You can't let him get off early, and you have to run and jump at him at certain times and make him give up the basketball. Yes, he has a good supporting cast, or Bloomington Central Catholic would not be in the state finals, but you have to make the other guys beat you. You can't let Cole Serta go off for 25, 28, 30, 35 points, anything like that. We saw a 45-point game last week in the girls' tournament, so that was a fun one to watch. Maybe we'll see a performance like that here today. Yes, like a battle of contrasting styles between the two sides of the Saints and the Rams, getting set to tip off in the 2A championship. More to come when we come back. Welcome back to the IHSA TV network. Darius Joshua, Coach Mark Lindo here with you. Moments away from our 2A championship contest where DePaul Prep will take on Central Catholic. DePaul Prep looking for that first ever state championship. The Saints of Central Catholic looking for their second ever in their school's history. And you think this will be a battle of contrasting styles? A little bit, Darius. I think so. DePaul Prep, we talked about their strength and length on the inside. They want to pound it. They want to get it into the lane. Bloomington Central Catholic, they want to get up and down a little bit more, make it a transition game. We'll see which style wins out. Yeah, they'll have a lot to match up to, as our first 1A championship was pretty exciting. Matt Rowald and Kenny McReynolds take you through all the action on the sidelines. We will see you at halftime.
All right, gentlemen, and thank you very much, and welcome to our Class 2A state championship game. Bloomington Central Catholic and the Saints trying to take out the DePaul Rams. What should be a very entertaining game here as we get set for it here at the State Farm Center. Matt Rowald, Kenny McReynolds here. Cole Serta can shoot the lights out. We expect to see a great performance today.
Well, I tell you what, he gets into the building, he's in range. I mean, because he can shoot from anywhere on the floor. I mean, I'm serious. When he gets off the bus, he's ready to shoot. You can see this long three-point shot here. What they don't want him to do is get started early. He had 19 points Thursday, but he didn't get started until late. This young man has unlimited range. He can get open. I love the way how he moves without the basketball. To get open, he can bury a three. He can bury it from the corner. This young man is an all-stater, and he showed you why on Thursday.
And moving, of course, without the basketball is Maurice Thomas. You see him work, and he can do everything.
Well, I tell you what a game he had on Thursday. You know, he had the 16 points. This young man, look at the way he can create off the dribble and get to the basket. Look at how efficient he was. He scored 16 points on 12 field goal attempts. This young man was a star. Everybody talked about everybody else on the team. He said, look, I can play as well. I can get to the hoop. I'm going to step up on the big stage. And that's exactly what he did. And if DePaul, if they want to win today, they'll need another effort from Thomas like he did on Thursday.
The Rams trying to win their first state championship in school history. Bloomington Central going for their second in 9 years. The 2A title game is coming up next. Toss the video. Handshakes at center court as we continue the tradition of sportsmanship here at the IHSA. And fans, players, and coaches expected to do what's right and sport a winning attitude. Bloomington Central Catholic and DePaul set to go. The 2014 state championship and memories of that invokes visions of Nick Norton and Jake Reinhardt, and this group hopes to shoot their way into the record books as well.
Here come the Saints. They want to run, and they get down the floor in a hurry. Traore the spin and one. Baseline belongs to Hayes, and he finishes. Serta gets a step and dishes it off. To the corner. Three ball up. Three ball in.
Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen.
They get it right back to him off the inbounds, and he buries it.
Cold world.
And there's Serta. Here we go. It will be Central Catholic that will advance to a state championship ball game in Class 2A.
Now, the starting lineup for the visiting Bloomington Central Catholic Saints. A 6'5" junior guard, number 5, Cole Serta. A 6'1" senior guard, number 11, Chase Fisher. A 6' senior guard, number 12, Ryan Hurts. A 6'6" junior center, number 24, Colin Hayes. And a 6'3" sophomore guard, number 30, Trey Eller. The head coach of the Bloomington Central Catholic Saints is Jason Welch.
He attacked the rim.
He's starting to cook, Dave. He's in the kitchen right now. He's eating up.
Big time three from the left corner, and that comes from P.J. Chambers.
There's his son again with the big flush after that major dunk.
Boy, that was an explosive move by Thomas, who has 8 of his 10 points in this quarter. Dominating performance for the Rams. It will be DePaul College Prep in the championship game.
And now the starting lineup for the DePaul College Prep Rams. A 6' sophomore guard, number 13, Makai Kafame. A 6'2" junior guard, number 22, P.J. Chambers. A 6'8" junior forward, number 23, Peyton Kamen. A 6-foot senior guard, number 25, Maurice Thomas. And a 6'7" junior forward, number 33, Jalen McElroy. The head coach of the DePaul College Prep Rams is Tom Kleinschmidt.
And those are today's starting lineups presented by OSF Healthcare. OSF Healthcare has many care options for you. Visit osfhealthcare.org to learn more. Let's send it over to Mark Kruger.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Great to be with you on this championship Saturday as both of these two teams came into the state tournament with double-digit losses. And I'll tell you why. They both had very, very tough scheduling during the regular season. Very, very tough competition in non-conference opponents as well. As far as DePaul, they've had some key injuries against Chicago Catholic League Blue competition like St. Rita, Mount Carmel, and also Loyola. But once they got to the state tournament, the Rams really locked it down defensively. They're allowing just 34 points per game in the state tournament. Of course, we know what they did to Teutopolis on Thursday, allowing just 17 points against that ball club. Third place finish a year ago. They're looking to take care of some unfinished business here today. Let the March Madness continue back to back.
All right, Mark, and that defensive effort by DePaul Prep, the best we've seen here in Champaign in 83 years.
Wow.
We throw it up and off we go. Our Class 2A state title game. Chris Mays, the Chicago native, throwing it up. And a steal out of the gate. Here's Jalen McElroy right to the rim.
Well, you talk about athletes, that is a great athlete right there, McElroy. Well, a great start for DePaul College Prep. That's exactly what they needed. You did not want to fall behind this team.
Bloomington Central Catholic in their road navy blues with gold numbering, lettering, and white trim. DePaul in their home whites with navy blue numbering, lettering, and no trim as we are underway. DePaul Prep, the consensus favorite in this one, but plays like that on the inside are going to be what keeps Central Catholic in this one.
No question about it. If Hayes can get that deep in the paint, he could have a big afternoon.
Hayes, the 6'6" junior, going to work. Nice spin move inside. Here's Peyton Kamen, who's, again, we talked about the injuries. The two guys with Kamen and McElroy, they were hurt throughout much of the year. How different has this team been since they've come back?
That's why they're here. They've been on a roll since those two guys came back. Those guys were out the majority of the season. That's why you had the 12 losses.
Both teams settling in here with Pertz. 3 ball, too strong. Chambers the rebound. Moving without the basketball. McElroy tries to come up with it and does, and we circle back out. Vame.
Nice curl around the screen.
Thought about taking it. Kamen thinks twice. Here's Thomas to the rim.
What a quick first step.
How explosive is he going to the rack? Jason Welch is the head coach for the Saints. He's been there for quite some time. And when it comes to his 17 years, 2014 is the one that stands out because of a state championship that they won in Class 2A, surviving that one in triple overtime. There were no buzzer beaters in that one. It was just a level of exhaustion. But if you want to think about how good that team played late, they shut out Nashville in that overtime, 14-0. You never see a 14-point win in triple overtime.
Yeah, triple overtime.
And that was something that was unique about that state championship. You see Tom Kleinschmidt across the way. Talk more about him ad nauseum as we go through this one for sure. Cross-court pass.
Boy, look at Maurice Thomas. He's not letting Curtis get free at all.
Not enough on that jumper. It's going to, I believe, it's going to stay with Central Catholic. Tom Kleinschmidt, the most famous alum for Gordon Tech / DePaul Prep. Yeah, we'll bounce back and forth from time to time. They changed their name back in 2014, but he was the key star on that 1990 team, one of the all-time greats in Illinois high school basketball history, now trying to win a state championship, and they're doing it with defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, because they double team Serta, and he just throws, looks at the weak side, but there was nobody there. So you just can't throw the ball. You have to be strong with the ball. Here's it again. Look at the double team. He does the right thing to look weak side, boy, but the quickness and the athleticism of the Rams, boy, showing off tonight.
McElroy to the rim.
McElroy spins on the base move, nice spin move. They're going to call a timeout here.
Timeout early. DePaul Prep with a 7-2 lead. You just kind of see what we are looking at towards what both teams want to do, but Tom Kleinschmidt's up and he's feeling good about how their offense is working so far.
Well, you know what? He gets the baseline, and he did a little spin move. He's double-teamed, and he's just such a great athlete. McElroy, he just jumps over everybody, uses the backboard. Nice, easy 2-point.
Keys of the game, the ISU keys of the game. Create your legacy at Illinois State University. What do we have today?
Well, for Central Catholic, you got to get Serta going early, and they want to control the tempo. You don't want to make this an up-tempo game. For DePaul, up-tempo the basketball game, and of course use the athleticism that they have on both ends of the court, because they are a great athletic team.
2 early turnovers for Central Catholic, 3 bucket attempts for DePaul, 3 made baskets, all of it in the paint.
Well, they can use the athleticism to get by people. They just blow by you.
Circle back out. And guys like Trey Eller and Ryan Pertz are going to have to step up in this one and contribute big time offensively.
Now, I'm looking away from the basketball. Everywhere that number 5 in blues goes, Serta, somebody else just switches. Wherever he goes, another guy just picks him up, like, hey, I'll take him.
What does that say about the confidence that Tom Kleinschmidt has in his defense?
And his defense, today? Exactly.
That one's going to get away from them out of bounds on that missed shot.
And I think Kleinschmidt says, you know what? You're not going to beat me. I'm going to let somebody else beat me. I'm not going to let the best player beat me.
We had wondered how he would approach this in terms of just who you put on someone. You get a shooter, you can do 2 things. You can either let him get his and stop everyone else, or the other way around, or at least defensively put your best defender on and add some help.
Yeah. Well, everywhere he goes, they're switching on him.
Yeah, he's elected to do something very different, and it's kind of leaning on his athleticism that he's got on this lineup. That shot too short. McElroy skies for it. And taking it right back to the rim. It's too short for Kamen. Saints on the run. Again, after this early start, they're only down 5. And there's Serta with it.
He double teamed right away.
He wanted to fall away with that 3 right away. They go to the corner. Nice floater, but too strong, just a little bit off. That was a bad break for Trey Eller, who got all the way to the rim.
Now the Saints double team in basketball. They tried to trap right 3/4 court.
They've been known to do that from time to time.
Well, threw a wrinkle at them, trying to trap the basketball.
That's 3 team fouls, by the way, already.
And we're just halfway through quarter. 1-2-2 zone.
Swing it to the corner, come back out. Thomas. Gets it back. Maurice Thomas lets it go from long range, and it's too short. Serta against Thomas.
And you see, Kleinschmidt telling everybody get over, help out.
3 from the corner, battle for the rebound, and we're going to go the other way after a timeout. We're going to get that one on Chase Fisher. Double-digit effort in the semifinals, but they're going to need more. DePaul Prep out to a good start. The Rams with a 5-point lead in our Class 2A state championship game. Seven to 2, DePaul Prep in charge early. Tom Kleinschmidt and company looking good on the offensive end. He's back in Champaign, and there's something about this place that gives him probably a bit of an edge about what happened 33 years ago for him. DePaul Prep used to be known as Gordon Tech, and this was the first all-Chicago matchup for a state championship. The King Jaguars. Yeah. How dominant of a program they were, and there's this little team called Gordon Tech who just rolled to a 30-1 mark. Tom Kleinschmidt started as a junior in this game, and he was one of the best shooters in the country at the time, but the Jaguars were just way too much. All that talent on the floor, and they ended up outlasting Gordon Tech. It was a good game through a half at the very least. I remember Gordon Tech was, they had a 2-point lead midway through that first half before King finally got through, but he remembers that on this floor. many, many years ago. So we welcome you back. Again, the IHSA Boys Basketball State Finals presented by OSF Healthcare.
Now let's see who picks up Serta.
When you're a player and you played on this stage and you're a heralded player, and then you come back a generation later as a coach. Now, he has been in this building and coached in state semifinal games, but the first time he's coached in a title game, it just has to feel differently, at the same time invoking some of that emotion from 1990.
And you also have to be nervous. It's his first championship game. But look at this matchup.
And he can't do anything about it in some sense. It's the players on the floor that are going to have to do it for him.
And that's the toughest thing when you're a superstar. It used to be, hey, you know what, I can control it. Now I don't have any control.
Now bucket inside. Fisher with it. I like what Central Catholic's doing in terms of the zone, as they're going to the corners and just causing enough disruption. Thomas got it back, and the floater over the outstretched hand of Colin Hayes.
Right place at the right time, because he had lost control of the basketball, and he picks it up and just put the floater up. Well, so look at double team. They're making it real tough on him.
One more pass, but good recovery. Thomas almost got that poked away. Look at the defense on Serta across the way.
They're not letting him go anywhere.
Yeah, and you got to get that foul. You see it out front. Yep. They're going to get Bame. Well, we could do the yearbook all day. That's fine. You want to pull the photo album out, Mom, and take a look. Look at some of the photos. Gordon Tech, of course, they changed the color scheme too. Had a little orange to it. I don't know if our guy Cameron Smith likes the blue versus the. And then there's DePaul. He was down at DePaul for a good long while, turned into a nice solid player at the Division I level, as DePaul was still in their really good years.
Well, I'm just thankful they didn't dig up any of my old DePaul basketball pictures.
You're not pictured Kenny McReynolds. He was in the area, I promise.
We probably didn't have cameras back then.
You just saw they did. That's not true. That's proved wrong. The internet is your friend, because everything's online now.
Saints taking their time.
We've had 6 combined baskets.
See, now watch Serta come around, and now they just switch on him.
That's the best look he's had, and that's not a compliment in terms of how he's been able to get open, but the putback there. You know, if Fisher and those guys have a nose for the basketball around the rim, they're going to feel okay about where they are.
Well, they're going to need to have that nose around the basketball, because the superstar is having trouble getting free.
You get the feeling if Central Catholic can keep this thing in the 40s, they're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, and see, the Rams all of a sudden are going cold.
Serta now, the junior, falls away from 14 feet.
That's what he can do. Boy, I tell you what, he just backs his man right onto the free throw line, did a fadeaway jump shot. That's why he's an all-stater.
First basket of the night as we go to under a minute in our opening quarter.
The ball has attacked this 1-3-1 zone. The baseline should be open, and there it is.
Thomas for the 3 from the corner. That's a big answer.
Now Thomas gets the job to guard Serta.
Central Catholic had it within 1. That's close as they've been all quarter here. And they will hold for 1. Jason Welch, content at limiting possessions, shortening the game in this one.
Because you don't want the Rams to make it the transition ball game.
Eller holds it out. And he looks back. He wants to pull Serta up. Come get it. And here we go. Serta on Thomas. Serta stops. Might have got a hand on the arm and a foul from the backside. They're going to get Colin Hayes on the push. Well, I don't know. Serta had a lot of contact. That's good closeout by Thomas, but...
Yeah, Thomas was right there with the closeout.
Quick change on subs. Try and get some guys in and out. McElroy will go out.
Yeah, with 2 seconds. You don't want him to pick up like a cheap foul.
At the horn, at the end of the quarter, it's off the mark, and that's how we end the first quarter of play. DePaul Prep with a 12-8 lead, and the battle between the stars. Cole Serta backing his way in against Thomas. Maurice Thomas, flashy and explosive and going to the rim. 4-point lead, doing it for the outside as well.
Mark Kruger welcoming you back to the State Farm Center. This Class 2A state championship game. Rams lead it by 4. Jason Welch has been the head coach of the Saints for 16 years. He's one of the more animated coaches you'll ever see. His passion, his emotion certainly rubs off on his players. He was asked about what the most rewarding part of coaching is, and he said, having players and students come back when they are adults, letting you know you had a positive impact in their lives. By the way, his son JT just finished his sophomore year playing basketball for the Big Blue of Milliken, averaged 14 points per game. Congratulations to him. Matt, back to you and Kenny.
All right, Mark, and I remember that 2014 game. There's a little guy on the bench. Now he's in college finishing things up. And of course, time flies. Coats off for Jason Welch. That's when you know it's serious. It's about now where it comes off. The thing with him is he looks the same, exactly the same as he did a decade ago. He does not age whatsoever.
Boy, Central Catholic, 8 points, all in the paint. 0 for 5 from the threes. DePaul, 5 out of 10 field goals, no turnover.
That's a lot of focus on Cole Serta and making sure you not only limit what he gets, but whatever he does try to get, it's hands and face all the time.
All the time.
Drive
nice
on
slash to the basket.
PJ Chambers to the rack. 7 points in the semifinal win.
The Rams do a great job of moving without the basketball. And you get open, you move. Your point guards find you as you're moving. You can always do good things.
Serta on the drive, slashing in. That one had a piece of it. Rams on the run. Thomas will circle back out.
Well, that's great transition defense because you know the Rams want to run. Okay, so this 1-3-1, you know that baseline is going to be open if you move the basketball.
McElroy inside. Too much space for him to work.
Yeah. You're not going to stop him.
Jason Welch is keeping a short leash on his team with another timeout.
Well, McElroy is just such a great athlete. You give him that kind of room down low, he's going to bury you every time. So watch the block. Boy, look how high he gets. Look at the elevation, how high he gets on the block. And then on the other end, you give him the ball down low. He's on the baseline in the paint. He uses the backboard to reverse. 2 points. This young man is a tremendous basketball player and a tremendous athlete.
Not a whole lot that Chase Fisher can do to help on that one.
No.
You're too deep into the paint. Rebounds are even, but it doesn't really tell the story of this one. Saints are 0 for 5 from long range. That is your story. You know, we had talked off the year ahead of this. You know, if Central Catholic can shoot really well, this is going to be a good game. So far, that's a problem, and that's something they cannot afford to have a problem here this
But as long as you have that all-stater on the floor who can shoot from anywhere, you're in the ball game.
He was 3 of 5 from the outside in the win over Rockridge on Thursday. Cross-court pass, 3-ball on the way. And Fisher couldn't get that one to drop, and that's going to stay
here. Bodies everywhere. Did you notice that pass almost hit Serta in the head? He had to duck.
That's confidence. That's trusting your teammates right there.
You know what? Here, let it go. You go get it.
No action on the screen. DePaul is everywhere. Serta will take it. He had more space than he thought.
He had his man up in the air.
And
should be backcourt.
Should be backcourt. I believe it is. Yeah, they do call that.
Boy, nothing going easy for the Saints. It has been a difficult afternoon so far.
Hey, you noted how they're switching on every screen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and good teams know how to do that from an intelligence standpoint, but it shows a true level of athleticism and understanding how to play defense when you can switch on every screen. And we're seeing that more and more in this level because of positionless basketball.
Right.
There's no fear over, well, the big guy will have to step out. None of that happens anymore.
Right, because the big guy now is so athletic.
We're going to get a block call. That's going to be on Vame. Brad Underwood in the house. Last, of course, Their early exit for the Big Ten tournament gives them a chance to come down here, spend the day here, take some notes, or just take it all in at the very least. And as
I'm sure he would like to have this guy on his team.
We all know recruiting never stops.
Oh, recruiting never stops.
Nowadays, it doesn't stop even when they get into college.
Right.
Step through, nice move, can't finish, and the putback is good. And that's Jonas Johnson, the 6'6" sophomore on the floor for the first time.
And again, nobody's putting the body on people. That's the one thing that a lot of high school students don't do today. And you can see you don't put a body on a guy like Johnson. He just gets the basketball, a nice, easy putback.
Fisher. Eller now, right side. Serta's going to take that from 28.
And that's okay because he can hit that. You know, he's struggling, and shooters shoot. That's what they do.
That three short. Saints push it. It's a 10-point game, but it feels more than that.
Oh, yes.
That's a 6-0
cut
run.
off the baseline. Oh, what a great weak side help and offensive foul. Now, McElroy comes over. You see how he just grabbed the ball out of the air? Now, talk about his athleticism. There's your offensive foul right there with his shoulder. But look what he does with his basketball. It's just like he just took it with one hand, like, I'll take it.
Now, it didn't matter in terms of but from a mental
From
standpoint.
a mental standpoint.
You see that.
Next time you see him, you'll be like, maybe not.
Literally took it out of my hand 8 feet above the floor.
Oh, nice. I like a triangle. One pass too many, maybe. Yes.
McElroy hit the floor hard. Landed on his back. Serta knocked down, and he hit the three.
From the logo. As long as he's on the floor, you have a chance. He's that good.
Write that one down as they cut it to 7. Thomas through traffic.
Another layup missed. So now you look for number 5. There he is.
Gives it up. Posts up. Baseline jumper.
Oh, that's a beautiful post up by Serta. He had his man on his back hip, used his left hand and said, give me the basketball. That is a picture-perfect post up because he had his man on his back hip, swung him out, was wide open with that left hand and said, give me the ball. And another turnover for DePaul.
Serta.
He ran with the ball.
Now here's Fisher in baseline. Poked away, or as he tried to dish it away. Just active hands by the Rams. That is the 5th turnover by Central Catholic here in this first half. Boy, that got a chance to get it to a 1-possession game. Thomas stepping through, kicking out, jumper on the way, and it's good for Jonas Johnson, who's got a couple of buckets now.
Yeah, off the bench. See, that key with the dribble penetration. You draw everybody to with the penetration, and you just kick it out to the wide open man.
Right, Pertz trying to get to the rim. Extended that hand, but see if he has free throws coming up. No, they're going to say it's out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. Central Catholic trying to be a little more assertive with Cole Serta. Letting it go from the logo and knocking it down. Timeout.
Welcome back to the IHSA TV Network. There's Joshua Mark Lindo here for you. We talked about Cole Serta before the game. He's starting to get a little loose there for Central Catholic.
He is. He had 5 points in the last minute. 3 out of 9 shooting. Maurice Thomas doing a really good job face guarding him. Basically what we call no help. So usually when the ball is swung, you want to help your teammates. No, you don't leave Cole Serta. But we know he started slowly yesterday. He can get hotter than a firecracker, and they will want him to carry their team here the rest of this quarter.
It's still a 7-point lead for DePaul College Prep. Matt Rodewald and Kenny McGrath will take you through the rest of the half. We will see you at halftime.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. And it's a 7-point lead for DePaul Prep as we head back to action. And right off the inbound, they go right inside. That shot blocked. McElroy got a hand on it.
Yeah, it's tough to go inside with McElroy.
6'7", 210. That's a lean 210, too.
That's a very lean 210 and very athletic 210.
That's a frame that says, 40 pounds more will be fine for the D1 level. Just saying. Thomas, top of the key.
Wide open. You notice you didn't see a blue shirt in the picture. Wide open shot. You give him a look like that, you're asking for trouble. Great ball movement by the Rams.
This is the largest lead of the afternoon for DePaul Prep. This is Brett Bennett Summers on the floor now. 5'9" junior.
But look, everybody just jumps out and you switch on Curta.
Cole steps back, clears everyone out.
Serta's so good. He's so good.
Crosses it over. Now he'll step back. Long three. Got it. Rounded in. Boy, how do you step back to give yourself that much space, but make sure you don't fall away is impressive. Thomas tries to answer.
Got it.
Does.
All right, Mr. Serta, if you can do it, I can do it as well.
Who else for the Saints can step up?
Yeah, because one man won't beat you, although he's one really good player. And again, everywhere he goes, you see DePaul, they switch on him. Now Johnson has him.
Johnson long and wiry too. Summers to the corner. Serta open. Three on the way. In and out.
Boy, look at the rebound in traffic by the big fella.
Johnson gives it up. And they score on the break. Kamen.
Yeah, Kamen going toward the basket. Johnson had lost control of the basketball. Saw Kamen coming toward the basket and just flipped it out to him again. DePaul in the transition. That's what they want to do. They want to make this a track meet if they can.
It's a 12-point lead now. Central Catholic again content to ride this out to the break. How will Serta free himself? On the right, you see he's being face guarded by Thomas. That's like he's got the defensive back look right now. Let's watch as we get to 10.
Timeout.
And we'll get a timeout here as we head to the end of the half. 6.6 to go. And you know, normally I would be confused by it, but I think at this point the offense is having such a hard time getting Serta open. Maybe a set play out of the inbound might be better.
Had to get Serta open. Right, because you know, even if he's 20 feet away, 25 feet away, he can score. So draw up an inbound play. I guarantee there are going to be some screens to get Serta open to get a shot with this 6.6 to go.
Full timeout, so we got a minute here to show you where everybody is. And this is the ball prep. And all right, so here's how you go. You got to say wave goodbye to the folks at Lane Tech, and then you go past the old Riverview Park, and you go down Western, you get on the highway, and you just keep going. Traffic. Have you made it far? No, I got to go all the way into Kennedy first. And for Bloomington Central Catholic, it's just a little bit easier to get here from 74. So it's kind of a Chicago versus Central Illinois type battle here, but you know, a lot of folks from Central Catholic, they travel well, they turn out well, and they're here today. And DePaul Prep also doing a nice job of turning out.
Yeah, when you're by DePaul Prep, you want to see a nice little field, go by Kerrywood Field.
There you go, Kerrywood Field right there.
Yeah, got a beautiful ballpark from Kerrywood there.
It's not the old building for DePaul Prep.
Right.
They moved buildings.
Building.
They
Yes.
were across the street on the other side of the canal.
Right by McDonald's.
I was just going to say, you got that McDonald's. You need something all hours of the day. That one will take care of you. Some characters in there. Just be careful. At the horn. Right it in! How badly did they need that bucket? And they absolutely got it.
Charlie Graham. Boy, we thought it was going to be Serta, but they go to Graham.
Charlie Graham averages 3.2 points a game. That's the biggest bucket of his career, and it could not have come at a better time to cut the lead back down within range to 9. Watch it one more time.
Here it is again now. He pushed the ball to the floor, creates off the dribble, and it is the end.
I think he was surprised as well. Mark Kruger has time punishment.
All right, Coach, offensively in that first half, I thought you got some shots in rhythm. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought we did a nice job. It took us a while to adjust to the zone, but I think we did a nice job the more we saw it.
How about defensively in the second half? What adjustments would you like to make?
Yeah, I think we're doing a nice job. They hit 2 deep threes. We let Cole get off to. We didn't deny him when we were supposed to. He hit one, and we missed him on a flare. And if you fall asleep, he's going to make you pay.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Right, Matt, back over to you and Kenny.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. And for Cole Serta, 10 points on 4 of 11. He's just 2 of 7 from the outside, and you got to credit DePaul Prep's defense for making him work for everything he's got. 9-point lead. Back to the studio after this.
How about that for Charlie Graham? Comes in off the bench, banks in a 3 at the end of the first half, and we have ourselves a 9-point game as DePaul College Prep has the early lead. Let's look at the highlights from the opening 16 minutes of action in our 2A championship game. P.J. Chambers finding Jalen McElroy down low for the easy bucket. 6 points for him to lead the Rams in the first half. Central Catholic pushing the tempo in the second quarter. Cole Serta getting the transition 3. He was bottled up early but got loose. 10 points for him to lead all scorers. It'd be a 7-point game at that point. But DePaul would take control to close out the quarter. Jonas Johnson finding Peyton Kamen in transition. 14 points in the paint for the Rams. And they've got the 28-19 lead at halftime. I should have said this before. Darius Joshua here, Coach Mark Lindo here to take you through the half as DePaul Prep's got the early lead. Playing some good defense early on, and they're taking advantage in transition at times as well.
I think those are 2 excellent points. Maurice Thomas done a really good job face guarding Cole Serta, but as a team, DePaul's doing really good defensively. They're closing out high hands, short choppy steps. They're boxing out rebounding-wise, fundamentally sound, and there are very, very few easy shots for Bloomington Central Catholic. DePaul is getting it done yesterday and so far today on the defensive end, and that's how you would survive and advance.
Yeah, gave up just 17 in the semifinal in total, giving up 19 so far here. So for the Saints, how do they get easier shots, especially for their star Cole Serta?
Well, I think they got to set some more screens for him, and I think some double screens, and they have to get him to be more active without the basketball. You know, you think, okay, get him the ball, let him play one-on-one. I don't think that's his best game. I think they need to screen for him, keep him away from the ball, and make him cut through the lane, be hard to guard. The best way to be a great offensive player is to be hard to guard. When he does get the ball in his hands, he's dangerous. So they got to find a myriad of ways, whether it be flare screens, back screens, cross screens, cuts. They got to try to do it all, man movement and ball movement.
Yeah, we've seen on the few jumpers he's hit in the first half, he didn't have the ball for very long before it was going up and through the net. 28-19 lead for DePaul Prep at halftime. More to come when we come back.
Class 2A state championship game set to start our second half with the DePaul Prep Rams with a 28-19 lead. Matt and Kenny back with you courtside. You know, when you look at that first half, you really kind of have to go all the way back to the first couple of minutes where it looked like DePaul really tried to assert themselves and take control of this early.
And that's exactly what they wanted to do. They used their athleticism off the first play of the game. They got 2 points from their defense. They are a very athletic team. And the best athlete on the floor, this man right here, McElroy, this young man, again, with the steal, uses his athleticism to get to the basket. He's hard to stop. You let him get in the paint, you're asking for trouble. Defensively with the block, then he comes down court, uses the baseline, and uses the rim to shield off the defender for the nice layup. And then you swing it out to Thomas for the 3.
It's time, of course, the Menards play of the game. Save big money for all your home improvement needs. And we saw a lot of Thomas. We saw a lot of McElroy. We started to see a little Cole Serta towards the end of the half as well.
Yeah, well, I think Cole is really going to have to step up the second half if they want to win this ball game, because when he's on the floor, look at that nice step back move for a 3. Whenever he's on the floor, no matter where it is, he can score. He has to be the man to step up.
How he finds a way to create space,
keep running, keep moving.
It's gonna be a lot of effort expended here in this second half. Tom Kleinschmidt is having his kids switch screens and face guard, and they are not risking anything in terms of even an inch of space to get shots up.
Yeah, everywhere he goes, somebody else jumps out on him, like right here.
Go back to second half action.
You see that McElroy went on the switch on Cole?
And they're staying out there.
And he's face guarding him. So now they're playing 4-on-4.
Means Chase Fisher is going to be the kind of guy who's going to have to step up and hit that and knock it down. Rame backs it out. And at this point, the Rams content to kind of work some tempo, work some offense, and honestly, with a 9-point lead, that feels way bigger than a 9-point lead at this point.
So they're being patient, looking for good shots. Here's a nice slash to the basket for they lay up.
Rebound, tip back out, and Chambers has the fortune to get it. See Kleinschmidt across the way. Slow it down.
Yep.
Relax.
We're in your half-court offense. You know, they love to make this a track meet, but in the half-court, they got to take their time.
Baseline all the way to the rim, and for Chambers, that means free throws are coming. Let's check in with Mark Kruger. Had a chance to talk to Jason Welch.
Coach Welch, only down 9 here at halftime. What did you tell your club there in the locker room?
Well, we got to start screening bodies, and if we don't do that, we're in trouble. Additionally, we got to get stops in the man-to-man. We have not proven that we can do that. They're long, they're athletic. We've got to be a lot more gritty.
Coach, good luck. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good luck.
DePaul Prep with a 12 of 13 shooting percentage setup right now. They have not been able to get stops, but let's talk about the screens, though, because you set big boy screens on a defense like this, which is long, athletic, and physical. If you're going to have to, take some punishment in doing so.
Well, yeah. You know that coming in, you're going to take punishment. But they don't have a choice. You have to get Cole going.
And the reward is just getting the offense overall going.
Right.
Just 8 of 24 from the floor. The Saints are 3 of 14 from long range.
Well, look at that defense. Look at that defense.
Thomas the takeaway. Thomas all the way to the rim. Pump fake, and he got it just short.
He was so far underneath, he hit the bottom of the rim. But he went into the passing lane, denying the basketball.
A delay on the call.
It's going to be Saints basketball. Here it is again. Now look, see how he's denying. He's in the passing lane with the denial. Then he comes away, but he's a little bit out of control. He's underneath the basket and hits the bottom of the rim.
Push inside. They're going to call a jump instead. Fisher got tangled, rather Pertz got tangled up a little bit. That's going to belong to DePaul. Lost chance there for the Saints. Nice spin move, getting all the way to the right with the sweeping left hand for Kamen.
Boy, that's so easy. Kamen just does the spin move. He gets into the paint.
6'8" junior, and just using an efficient amount of space to get to the rim, and a backside foul there.
And what was so impressive, he switches to the left hand. That he showed he goes to the left hand. Here he is again. See the spin moves? So now he's on the left side of the basket. He uses his left hand. And that's why you have coaches do drills using both hands.
Kamen, of course, a D1 recruit, is one of those guys that's was out for a long time in the middle of the regular season. DePaul Prep, you see their record at 22-2. Not that spectacular. Tough competition for sure to travel. It's another turnover.
Boy, the Saints cannot afford turnovers. Not against this DePaul team. Here it is again. So watch the step. Put it in right there. Yep. Good call.
I don't know, Kenny. I'm not sure.
No. I think he took the extra step.
I didn't see the extra step on that one, but we will move on.
I thought he took a little hop.
See, I don't always say everybody's right. That's not how it always works. And everything's going right for DePaul Prep. And at this point, we knew this moment would come.
Now, they're saying who the foul on. The scorekeeper said it was on Cole. The announcer said Cole.
Hold on. And you know what? And I love what Chris Mays is doing here. He's the referee here. He is taking his time to make sure we got it right. Okay. So Chris Mays, you see him walk back into our picture here in a second. There he is. Chris Mays, our lead official here. He was set to go and officiate in 2020 in Class 1A, and then COVID hit. It was his first trip at the time. His father contracted COVID and passed 2 months later, so he was not able to see that. And so he's got a sense of calm about him. But DePaul's 3 there puts this into a 16-point lead and a 7-0 run to start this quarter.
One and done. Oh, wow. McElroy, the man among boys. The elevation, how high he gets up. Then he just grabs the ball with one hand.
McElroy, I believe, is 8th rebound.
Boy, I
4
tell you,
fouls now picked up there.
Watch this rebound. Watch how high he gets up. He just grabs it with one hand. Now,
it's Colin Hayes, foul number 4.
For years, you've heard me say, go get the ball with 2 hands. This guy can do it with 1.
You don't need it.
He doesn't need the other hand. I got it. It's coming right to me.
Coming right towards you.
I was ready to shoot, too.
And that's a great timeout. Tom Fletchman, they looked all out of sorts in that possession. With this kind of lead at 16 points, get yourself organized here.
Yeah, get organized, be smart. No need to throw basketballs away. We're in control. So let's be smart and do the thing we've done to get this big lead.
Talk about how these two teams got to the state finals in the championship game. You look through the sectionals with Clark and North Lawndale. Some competitive games, of course, perspectives. Leadership, that battle in Joliet Central, that was a tight one all the way through. And that Teutopolis number, that's a 17, kids.
Yeah. With 0.
The last time you saw a 17 in a state level game, they would throw the tip up to start both halves. That was the rule back then. So it's been a long time. And of course, for Central Catholic, they've had a very competitive sectional setup with Pleasant Plains. That was one of the top-ranked teams in the state. They knocked them down. U-High was very good. Pontiac had bothered people all year long, and that was a 14-point win. And then, of course, the win over Rockridge to get to this moment. Fans loving Ryan Pertz. But for Jason Welch, the problem is that they're overwhelmed on both ends of the floor right now.
Yeah, they're not getting anything on the offensive end. So let's see what Tom Kleinschmidt called to come out of the timeout. We're going to double team the basketball. So you want to get out the corner.
Saints are going to have to trap and extend that pressure early. Baseline jumper's too strong. McElroy ended up with it. How did he get the ball?
He just took it.
Thomas kicks it back out. That is some good discipline there for the Rams.
Great discipline.
Thomas can't roll it in. Saints swarm the rebound. Central Catholic again the other way.
I would just pull up right now and shoot.
That's good recovery there as Chambers wasn't going to let anything happen.
Yeah, I mean, they need points, and Cole is their best player. I would have just come down and just pulled up and shot it.
They can't get the ball, though. And a takeaway. Chambers and a foul from behind. Nothing going right. TJ Larson will get whistled for it. And Cole Serta is doing everything he can, but there is a ram on him everywhere he goes. Jason Welch and company trying to find some answers. Central Catholic down 16 in our Class 2A state championship game. Kids from St. Francis High School having a good time. St. Francis Spartans in Wheaton, our band for the afternoon session. Part of the IHSA Boys Basketball State Finals presented by OSF Healthcare. Kenny, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
With the new format, the 1A, 2A kids play on Thursday, then wait till today. That means you have a day off in between. So the question I have, what would you do on your day off?
I would practice.
Well, we got to do that.
I would have my guys practice. Then I would have to get off their feet because you want to have fresh legs.
Mark Kruger has the answer of what exactly they did on the day off. Mark?
All right, guys. Well, DePaul Prep went to a nearby Parkland Junior College to do a walkthrough and a shoot-around in the morning. Got together for lunch, then came over here to the arena to watch the 4A games. Coach Kleinschmidt's brother Dave, by the way, is an assistant coach at Bennett. Then, guys, check this out. This morning in the parking lot at the hotel, they put tape down on the asphalt, went through another walkthrough in the parking lot of the hotel. Meanwhile, Bloomington Central had a morning shoot-around at St. Matt's Grade School, then celebrated Mass, watched some games here at the arena, had pizza together for dinner as a team, and then went for custard at a place called the Custard Cup, which is a local favorite spot. I guess it's owned by Bruce Weber. As far as I know, they did not have a shoot-around in the hotel parking lot. Guys?
Are you an asphalt or like a concrete practice guy, or are you more of a blacktop concrete?
I'm more of a blacktop type of guy. Oh, man, that blacktop and that asphalt ruined my knees. That's why I can't walk now.
That's one where you ask, hey, trainer, how much medical tape do we have? I need to borrow some of it. How much of it? How about like 18 rolls?
We didn't have tape back then.
Yeah.
Just get out there and play.
Rub some dirt on it. See how it goes. It's a unique format, especially for the small schools, as you see the easy layup for the first time. Trey Eller had an easy bucket. But that adds the uniqueness. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, the idea that, you know, there's an element of get the biggest win of your career, take a deep breath.
Yes.
And then we'll see you Saturday, and they perform better more than anything else.
Oh, yes, without question. Okay, now DePaul Prep has attacked the zone.
Thomas nearly traveled, held on to that pivot foot as he put it down. We're under 3 minutes here in this third quarter. It's a 14-point lead. DePaul Prep's led all the way.
We're going to try to double team the basketball.
Colt Serta was starting to heat up just a tad bit towards the end of the first half, 10 points. But the Rams are trying to close the door, and shots like that from P.J. Chambers. And the fifth three for the Rams.
Yeah, that was very patient, too, by the Rams. But look, Cole just can't get open.
Someone else going to have to hit some shots.
Big
We have
fella
not
on the
seen
board.
it. Thomas on the run, all the way to the rim, too strong. And they're going to get Kamen coming in.
That's what they love to do. See, they want to make this an up-tempo basketball game when possible.
And the assist of the game is brought to you by Donate Life Illinois. The IHSA teams up with Donate Life Illinois to encourage everyone to say yes to being an organ and tissue donor.
And you give the assist on that three to Maurice Thomas as he sees Chambers over in the corner, wide open, nothing but net for the three. Everything seems to be going the way of DePaul College Prep.
3 dimes for Thomas on 9 points. Balanced effort. They only have one player in double figures at this point. That's a 3 ball from the outside. That will be too strong for Trey Eller. 17-point lead, the largest of the night for DePaul Prep. Thomas gives it up. McElroy the flush.
Boy, again, the dribble penetration. You get deep into the paint, you just drop it off to the big fella, and he puts it down.
Serta.
Finally. Here's your track meet.
Rams up to try to go over the shoulder to McElroy with a spectacular pass and a foul as a result. That was probably the only way he was going to get it to McElroy.
Yeah, that was the only way he was going to get it to McElroy, was to drop it off behind. Here it is again. Boy, look at the big fella go up. Lost control of it, but he was able to put it down. I don't know if this is called a layup or a dunk. Maybe half and half. Yeah, here you go. See, he loses it, but then it goes in. He was going to dunk it, and it kind of slipped out.
2 points either way. You got to look at Colin Hayes. He just fouled out. He had 4 in the, I believe he had 4 in the first half, or at least early in the third. So that'll do it for Hayes, who's.
Boy, it's tough. You usually don't foul out.
2 points for him in 21 minutes. Colin Hayes, a junior, as this season comes to an end. And the Rams are in the catbird seat.
Wide open shot. There you go.
Finally found himself open, and he hit it from 25.
As soon as he let it go, you could tell it was good. There you go. The nice pump fake. He had his man drive by him, fly by him. He just put it in the basket.
Got 13. And a foul on the way in. They're going to say that was on the floor. Boy, Thomas is so shifty. We saw it on Thursday, just the explosiveness for his ability to get to certain spaces on the floor. And there's a physical element to him that's really hard to guard.
Yeah, it's very tough to guard. And especially that first step. He is so quick with his first step. It's hard to guard. And DePaul didn't know they had the basketball.
Oh, they didn't know it was underneath. I think everybody expected free throws. It was a pretty clear indication out of the gate. Saints trying to trap, but every time they get close, the Rams get rid of the ball. Chambers stepping through. Blocked? No, a foul.
Hand. Yep, on the hand.
TJ Larson may have gotten a hand in there. That's his third foul.
Now Chambers will be at the line.
That is the team's 7th foul, so the rest of the half, DePaul College Prep will be shooting free throws. They're 4 of 7. They didn't hit one on Thursday. They didn't need to. In a 28-point win, they're 0 for 3. And in a game where their defense was just outstanding and suffocating
the fourth quarter, they pitched a shutout.
Yeah. You rarely see that I couldn't tell you the last time you saw a goose egg in a quarter in either Champaign or in Peoria. Serta will just let it fly.
Yeah, didn't have a good shot that time. Didn't really have control of the basketball. He just let it go.
3 of 10 now from the outside. And that's the best look he's getting.
It's a wonderful job defensively by the Rams.
It's a collective effort, too.
Yes.
Chambers.
It's a double team. They're trying to trap the ball. They go to the zones and they try to trap it.
Rob Walls gives it up. Chambers. They work some clock. Thomas will try the 3. Here's Serta.
He may pull up and shoot from here.
Try to set a screen for him.
Oh.
Reach in and a steal and a foul at the same time.
Too much body.
Chambers has got 2, by the way.
Yeah, I like the way Chambers came from the opposite side, came around for the steal, but a little bit too much with the body.
The Saints now 4 of 20 from long range, and they have not been to the free throw line tonight. Open look from the corner, in and out. Final seconds of this third quarter. Walls now with 4. He gets it back. He'll try it at the horn. Someone got a piece of it, a little sidewinder there, but that is how our third quarter will come to an end. In the long history of DePaul College Prep, they have never won a state championship, and that man, the most famous player of all, on the verge of doing so for the first time. Start of the fourth quarter of our Class 2A state championship game. Matt Rodewald, Kenny McReynolds, Mark Kruger with you here in Champaign at the State Farm Center. You know, the 2014 Class 2A state title games like the Energizer Bunny.
Right.
It kept going and going and going. Oh, we can't finish in regulation. Hell, we just keep on going to overtime. Wild sequence at the end of overtime. Nope. How about the end of double overtime? Nope. And you had the Bloomington Central Catholic students are exhausted after what they saw. And then the very odd 14-0 shutout in the third overtime to clinch their first state championship in school history with that record of 27-6 there. They were thrilled that day. They're not so thrilled at what they're seeing right now, but that is what it was like 9 years ago as we played deep into the night in Peoria. Kenny, I'm pretty sure we all walked out of there around 11 o'clock for a night like that. And after a long weekend of buckets, which we all enjoy, to get a title game in 3 overtimes is just something else.
Yeah, it's exciting but exhausting.
Yes, a couple of instances I can remember that. East St. Louis Lincoln, 89. That was a 3 overtime game. And that was right here on this floor that took a long time to finish up, and a buzzer beater as well.
Well, the Rams, now you need your best ball handlers in because the Saints are coming. They have to come for their basketball. There it is. Step to the double team, the extra pass. Boy, what a thing of beauty.
Foul on the way in there as Thomas will find himself at the free throw line again. The Rams in the bonus the rest of the way. Bloomington Central Catholic scored 5 points in that third quarter. It wasn't so much their offense wasn't working. Defense.
The defense is unbelievable. Yeah, they really cranked up that defense. And again, everywhere Cole went, somebody just switched on him. They just did not let him get a good look.
Back to an 18-point lead. For a minute there, they were within 5 in the first half, and you thought, all right, well, if they get their skis underneath them a bit, they're going to feel all right.
Boy, look at that, ran out of nowhere.
They kept doing that.
Did you see Thomas? Boy, Thomas was in the paint, and he just shot up to snatch that ball.
Cole Serta.
Boy, talk about lightning quick.
He's not wearing the frustration on his face.
But this now look at 25 right there. Now look, he just comes right out of nowhere to disrupt that play. And then Serta with the foul.
Thomas back to the line. That's 1-1. Kind of caught everybody off guard. But Serta will take it from 30.
Why not? Yeah, why not? he's your shooter, he's your scorer. They need points. And the one thing we know about shooters, they shoot. And you're going to have a turnover by Chambers. As the Saints now really try to put a lot of pressure on the ball. That's why this is a good timeout by Tom Klein-Smith. You got to get your best ball handlers in there now and say, look, give the ball to my ball handlers because they're coming, and they're coming strong.
Maurice Thomas with 11 points. P.J. Chambers 11 as well. McElroy inside with 8 points. Cleaned up some messes nicely. He's played very well. He had a couple early to really kind of established him.
He had 8 points on the board, but he's just been dominant on the board and then he's blocked a couple of shots.
If you're the Saints, I mean, the only thing you have right now is if Serta can get space, he's going to take a 3, but 3 of 11 from the outside right now. How do you get the others involved to kind of work their way into spaces where they can get some decent looks aside from Serta?
You're going to have to get some screens. You're going to have to set some picks. These guys are going to have to move well without the basketball, set some screens, and then attack the basket.
It's McElroy. It's going to come all the way out on him. That's a 6'7" big man guarding on the perimeter.
See, now, you have to move. See, now, that's better. Get some movement without the ball, get some screens, and get some good, better looks.
Switching it.
Put it right in his hands.
3-on-1. Thomas to the rim. They're going to call the block. That was McElroy getting the steal on the switch.
On the switch, yes. They bounced it right into his hands. They bounced it right into McElroy's hands, and all of a sudden you know that the Rams love the transition game when they can get it.
6 steals for DePaul. Make that 7 now.
Thomas with the orange shoes, the old Gordon Tech colors.
More of kind of a faded, like creamsicle kind of orange. So I'm just saying that's a little more bright. You know, what's old is new again with 80s bright neon colors.
Yeah, and they changed the colors from orange to blue because the DePaul University bought the school. So. And, of course, the Blue Demons are blue.
Block shot out of bounds. A 20-point lead now. Serta ran that play in the semifinal, and that's going to be a push foul. Serta ran that play in the semifinal at the end of the third quarter. The get it in, get it back.
Right.
And he had plenty of space. You saw there absolutely nowhere to go.
He has nowhere to go. The Rams are doing a wonderful job switching on him. Everywhere he goes, they're the player right there.
Inside, and the joys of having a shooter where you got to pay attention means Charlie Graham can get a bucket or two.
Okay, now you get 3 men towards the ball. I mean, somebody has to be open.
McElroy left by himself, blocked from behind, and they called a foul on Eller.
Well, that's a good basketball play, too, by Eller.
Let's see how they called that.
Eller went right for the basketball. You had 3 men triple teaming the basketball. So somebody had to be open.
They called a push.
Here's it again.
They called body contact. Let's see, was there any?
Yeah,
he got it. That's right. 8 points and 11 rebounds for Jalen McElroy. 10 points a game, 6'7" junior. Again, we talked about the fact that they missed half the season with injuries, but with Kamen and McElroy, Walls, and Serta all playing on the same summer team, there's a cohesiveness you can see out here, and they all know how to defend together.
Yeah, I played for the Illinois Wolves, if I'm not mistaken.
3 ball from the corner. Finally, one went down, but it wasn't Serta.
Well, what are you going to do now? You're going to call a timeout, extend the game. You call a timeout, so now you just try to set your defense. It's okay, guys, let's get a stop here. We can't not get back into the ball game unless we get a stop and get the basketball back. Maybe we get a 5 seconds, maybe we can get a steal. We have to get this ball game back one possession at a time.
Well, it's been a fun day so far. We had 1 state champion already crowned. We've got 2 more tonight. This was this morning and this afternoon. Hayden Augustine with a shooting performance to remember. And the Jabot Hawks with their first state championship in school history. It's the first time they've been here in 24 years. Kenny, they lost at the buzzer. That wasn't happening this year. They were able to pull away from Scalesbound, tiny little Scalesbound with an enrollment of 71, trying to become the smallest school to win any state championship in Illinois history in any sport. And it couldn't do it, ran out of gas, lost by 20, so Jabot wins. You see the score right here. Tonight's games look absolutely dynamite. Metamora and Simeon. Metamora coming in with a 31-game winning streak. Simeon with the best shooting performance ever in the state tournament. Any class, any time, whatever. 78% yesterday. They missed one shot in the second half. They're going to be really tough to beat.
That was absolutely incredible because you had the Rubin brothers just dominating down low.
Robert Smith's last game as the head coach of Simeon, going for his what would be a record 7th state championship. And then our 4A title game will feature Bennett and Moline, two of the state's top-ranked teams all year long. Bennett with a group of no-names, which they like. They kind of like that. No D1 kids there, but they play really well together. And then Moline, I don't know if you had a chance to watch Owen Freeman and Brock Harding as we go to a timeout, but those two Iowa kids, or their Iowa recruits, I should say, they look like they've been playing together forever.
Well, obviously they've been playing together for a long time. They're like a well-oiled machine. But when you talk about Bennett, their coaches, Gene Heidecke is just such a wonderful coach. Like he said, they don't have the big names. You don't have the All-Americans. But what you have are a bunch of young men that listen. They bought into his system, and that's why they're here. And they seem to be here all the time. It's amazing they've never won this.
4A will crown a state champion for the first time. DePaul Prep, if this holds up, will be a state champion for the first time. That man is Cameron Smith. He's calling our 3A game, but he ain't worried about that right now. He's looking at the alma mater right here, and this is what he looked like in that orange that you mentioned.
Orange, Gordon Tech. Hey, look at the fro.
It's hair.
Yeah, I think you might have to use one of those Afro Sheen blowout kits, with that, to get that much hair.
We will make note that the statistics for his career, they were unavailable at press time, so we're not able to provide you with the numbers specifically as to how good of a player he is. Just trust us when we say he's a good player.
Yeah.
You got to love the fact that, you know what, and when it comes to this kind of stage, alums come out of the woodwork, not saying that he is, but you see alums that come out of the woodwork that show their school pride.
Sure.
They say, you know what, I haven't been to a game in a long time. Here they are on the stage. There's a lot of folks that are watching this game from wherever they are in Illinois and around the world saying, I'm going to watch that because I want to see what it looks like to see my school on a stage like this. Maybe for the first time or first time in a long time, what have you.
My nephew Evan is in L.A. watching the broadcast because he's a Gordon Tech alum, which is now DePaul College Prep. McElroy's dad.
Jalen McElroy's father watching with interest. And and that's the best part. You'll see a lot of that tonight. Bennett Moline. Moline has not been on the state stage in 20-some-odd years. And to be in a state title game, if you know Moline basketball, Wharton Fieldhouse is a special, special place to grow up and play. One of the original NBA arenas that seats 8,000 in the Quad Cities. It's a basketball haven.
Oh, bad pass.
And that will be fun for all of us to enjoy this evening. And that will begin 5:30 Central Time. Again, in LA, I'm just saying, that's 3:30 LA time.
Yeah.
And make sure you set your cocks forward tonight.
There you go. Well, see, DePaul, they have to realize that this ball game's not over. The last couple of possessions down, they've been kind of like a days ago. The game is not over.
It's 16, but with the ability to shoot three.
Look at this guy. He's been everywhere again tonight on the defensive end.
Thomas, the steal and the easy lay-in. He has been nothing short of outstanding tonight.
He has been incredible.
15 points, 4 assists.
But the steals.
And the steals keep coming for DePaul Prep, now 8 today. They got 15 points off the turnovers that they forced on this afternoon. It's as complete an effort as we've seen all weekend from any of the teams that we've watched.
Boy, it's been a complete team effort for DePaul. McElroy at the line.
Double-double now for Jalen McElroy in the state championship game after he was 5 of 7 in the semifinal.
I'm so impressed with his athleticism. He gets down the court.
Kamen and McElroy, they'll be back. And Chambers as well. Serta lets it fly. Out at the fall.
Well, I told you, when he gets off the bus, he's in shooting range. If he can get open, when he gets off the bus, he's in range to shoot.
The numbers aren't very pretty. They just aren't going to be. It's 18 points on 4 of 12 from 3. But he's played 27 minutes where he's had to work so hard with 5 defenders to get a shot just like this.
Well, here's it again. See, he had his man go up. You saw where Thomas went up. So when Thomas comes down, you go up with the shot. And that's exactly what he did with the pump fake. Then once Thomas comes down, you go up.
Send it over to Mark Kruger.
Well, you guys are talking about Maurice Thomas. He talked about the mental part of the game last year. They came in thinking that they were going to win it all, that everybody was going to bow down to them, but lost in the semis to Nashville, did get the 3rd place finish. But this year, a different and a better mental frame of mind, that nothing was going to come easy. And getting back to that semifinal win, you know, everybody talks about the defensive effort, the 17 points from Tatopoulos. But guys, the Rams offensively shot 62% from the field in that game, 21 of 34. A lot of people don't recall that, but they played well offensively both on Thursday and both today, guys.
All right, thank you, Mark. Maurice Thomas, one of the top guards we've seen in this tournament.
So impressed with his defense.
Curious to see what his plans are in the future. And they break the pressure. Chambers and a foul. Of course, the Saints with the double bonus already. And see Maurice Thomas's numbers.
17, 7 out of 9 from the free throw line. Yeah. But I tell you, his steals. That's what's so impressive to me. The way he jumped in the passing lane a couple of times, he just stripped the ball away from the offensive players. He has really had an offensive and defensive game today.
Now, that was a foul on purpose, by the way. And if you look at the clock,
it's a lot.
That's a
lot of time.
That's 4 minutes and 16 seconds. If you're going to do that, then you've got to get stops or at least get buckets on this end. Yeah. Serta will step back for 3. Will they keep doing it?
Looks like they're trying to, yeah.
They're trying.
Oh, the referee didn't call it.
Nope.
Cole tried to grab him and they didn't call it.
No.
And the crowd doesn't like it.
Let's figure this out when we come back. This is going to be an interesting stretch here. Can DePaul Prep finish it off at the free throw line and not open that door? We'll find out. We'll come back. It's a 17-point lead for DePaul Prep as we head down the stretch, trying to hold on and win their first state championship in school history. Maurice Thomas, 17 points. He's 7 of 9 from the free throw line, and they've had a hard time guarding him.
They've had a hard time guarding him. You can see right there, he gets his shot from the baseline. This young man catch and shoot for 3. Another 3 from the top of the key. So you know what? I like it twice. Let's do it thrice. And again, here's what I love so much about him. He's so quick on the defensive end. He is lightning quick on defense. Several steals he's had. A pretty good 2 days here in Champaign.
Maurice Thomas is one of the better players on the floor, and he'll have a chance to get a state championship trophy for his mentor, Tom Kleinschmidt. All legs there on that free throw. You know, we've talked at length about the fact that Tom Kleinschmidt is, you know, the face of the school, the face of that program, and the face of what basketball may have been for a culture a long time ago, and reborn with his return, so to speak, to save the program per se. Is that a fair way to say it?
Yeah, I think he saved the program.
And so when you go forward now to not just the fact that they're here for the first time in a title game, but last year's mentality. We heard Mark talking about that with Maurice Thomas saying, yeah, we thought we could walk in and do it, and you learn from that. And so there's an element of teaching, and these kids have bought in to what he's trying to tell them, that this is not easy winning here. I've tried to do this, and I have never won here. You can win here, and they're about to do that.
And they're about to do that. But they better make some free throws, which is why they're fouling on purpose, putting DePaul on the line. He's 1 out of 5.
Ame has had an adventure at the line. 6-foot sophomore.
He's 1 out of 6.
Door continues to kind of be unlocked. It's not open. 3.5 to go. They've got to get some shots to fall. And handling the ball, they get bailed out with a foul there. And that's going to stay on the floor. Actually, that's going to be 1-and-1. So
yeah, Fisher never really had great control of the ball. So you actually bailed him out. Because he really didn't have a great control of the ball at all.
Ryan Russell on the floor. This is the first free throw of the night for Bloomington Central Catholic. They were 18 of 20 on Thursday from the line. That's been a huge difference maker.
But let's be honest. It's very difficult to win a basketball game when you get no free throws, which means you're not attacking the basket. You're dying, living and dying with the long shot.
They've been kind of stuck out on the perimeter. That was short.
So you're going to foul again? Yep.
I'm surprised more coaches don't try this.
Especially because DePaul has not been the best free throw shooting team.
Yep.
So you want to get the ball back.
Paul's 14 of 23 from the line.
60.9%.
Not great. I mean, honestly, if they had 4 or 5 more, you probably pull it off.
You will pull it off, right. Yeah. You need more shots like that.
The problem is that Bloomington Central Catholic is 6 of 27 from 3, and they've not answered the bell on the other end.
Right. Well, you live by the 3, you die by the 3.
Credit to DePaul's defense. They have been in everyone's face, not just Serta, but no one's had a good look at the basket tonight.
Right. Wow.
Serta from 40.
From the logo.
And a foul to the other end.
Look at Serta. He's like, man.
There's an element of frustration and disappointment that's certainly hard to ignore. I mean, these are 16 and 17-year-old kids. When you see that you've worked all the way through the tournament, you've won 6 or 7 tournament games just to get here, and you see that the chance of winning that ultimate title is starting to fade quicker than you want it to. It's hard to overcome that mentally for a lot of these guys.
Oh, sure. Remember, you're right. They're 16 and 17 years old.
That one's good. Finally, a pair that both go down. See if Serta has to back up the half court at some point.
They're still face guarding and switching on Serta.
Fisher, no. Pertz the rebound. It will be the big guy for the corner. Charlie Graham can't get that one to drop.
Are they going to call it off?
They might. 21-point lead now. And it certainly looks that way as DePaul College Prep is going to take a title back to the north side of Chicago. It's good defense sticking with Thomas.
He's not even looking at the basket. He's not looking to score.
He's just going to circle it around, and Serta keeps going. A lot of contact there.
A lot of contact there, but Thomas, what a nice display of being disciplined with the basketball.
That's 5 fouls for Trey Eller, who
Tom Kleinsmith, the former DePaul Blue Demon.
Maurice Thomas knocking on the door of 20. And Rem Lee now on the floor. The seniors, Jason Welsh hasn't emptied the bench yet, but starting to let it leak out a little bit as the fate seems inevitable here with 2.5 minutes to go that Central Catholic Saints are going to finish as the state runner-up. Pertz all the way to the rim.
A good move by DePaul not to foul. There's no need to foul.
Cole Serta will foul.
I thought they were going to call it off, but they're going to continue.
Well, they may have called it off, and he may not
have. Yeah.
That's kind of what that looked like.
And Maurice Thomas back on the line.
He is 7 of 9 at the line. Make that 8 of 10.
DePaul College Prep, just a few miles from Wrigley Field. Well, Cole's coming out.
Yeah, Cole Serta's done as he heads to the bench. The junior, you see his season come to an end.
I wouldn't be surprised to have if the Cubs invite DePaul College Prep over, for a day at the Wrigley.
Down the street.
Get down the street.
A little trip down to Addison.
Yeah, get there in about 2 minutes.
Do a little parade. Go through Roscoe Village. Have a good time.
So Tom Kleinsmith's bringing in 5 new players.
And a big set of substitutions coming as we watch the ovation. The starters come out. And it's a formality at this point. And subs, they're ready to go to the floor. They're like, wait, nope, wait. We got 2 free throws here. See the elation from Kavame and Maurice Thomas, knowing they finished the job they had expected to do a year ago.
Came back and got it done.
Nothing's ever a certainty.
Congratulations.
Try and get all the names out there as we can. Henry West on the floor, 6'2" senior. Todd Kleinschmidt hugs his point guard.
I know there's some DePaul Blue Demon basketball players in the house tonight as well to come out and support Tom Kleinschmidt.
Dane Barkley on the floor, the senior for the first time. See if we can get them all. Miles Stewart, 6'2". Jack Host, 6'5", a senior. TJ Larson out there for Central Catholic. He's got the ball. Lee will try to shoot it, but had it blocked. Here comes Miles Stewart on the run.
Well, nice pass.
And the finish, Jack Host. Hosty, I should say. My apologies.
Listen to the crowd. They love the guys on the bench. They get in and get a chance to play.
It is so hard not to root for those guys and give them the full treatment as we head down towards the final minute of this Class 2A title game. Everybody looking to get shots now. How about Ryan Russell for 3?
Why not?
And a timeout. Actually, that's an official's timeout to get the subs in. That's a classy move by Chris Mays.
Yeah, that's a good move. Let the subs get in, get a chance to see what it's like to play on a big floor in a state championship game.
You do that to make sure that you don't disrupt the flow of the game. He stepped out of bounds. So have we got everyone? Will Vogel is on the floor. And it's a party here in Champaign.
And I'm sure there's a party on the north side of Chicago, too.
Big one coming. Central Catholic will work their offense. Here's a shot for 3, is short. DePaul Prep has it. With William O'Shields, the senior, will dribble it.
Oh, look at the little showtime between the legs to the basket.
He'll have free throws for attacking the rim.
There you go. So we've been waiting all year for this.
Averaging less than a point a game. He will wrap this up for DePaul Prep, who wins going away here in the second half.
Now, aren't you proud of me as a former DePaul Blue Demon? I didn't keep throwing the DePaul references with Kleinschmidt being a DePaul Blue Demon.
Game ain't over yet.
Okay. 13 seconds to get them all in, huh?
Got them all in. Now he missed the second free throw. Saints will run out the clock as time winds down on the season for the Saints. A celebration on the north side of Chicago. It has been 33 long years for Tom Kleinschmidt, but he finally has a state championship. DePaul Prep, your Class 2A state champions in 2023.
Did you know that the IHSA annually honors 26 of the
The handshakes and hugs.
Celebration.
Proud moment, and he's holding the motion in as best as he can, but
yeah.
Gordon Tech and DePaul Prep with a legacy that stretches back a century in Chicago. And today, one of their proudest moments with a state championship to take home to the north side, back to Addison Western.
What a great performance. They came out right off the bat, showed their athleticism on defense more so than offense, with some steals, some great rebounds. Very impressed with Maurice Thomas for the second time. And McElroy was just unbelievable. I mean, he dominated the backboards, blocked shots. It doesn't make a difference how many points he had. He had a double-double. But he showed on defense and on the boards what he was made of.
They got that ring on that finger, and they know it. It's coming. Maurice Thomas with an effort with 20-plus points and a heck of a weekend showcase for that young man. He's with Mark Kruger.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Maurice Thomas, first off, congratulations on winning the state championship. What does it mean? What does it mean to you guys?
It means everything. We put a hard work in it. We practice every day, every morning, every night. It means the world to us. This is what we've been waiting for.
As a senior, did you have more of a leadership role this year than you did last year?
Yes, I definitely did. We have a younger group by chance, and you know, it was my job to mentor them, take them under my wing, and do what I had to do for all of us to get a win.
Well, you took care of some unfinished business, right? Last year, the third place finish. You said mentally you guys really weren't there last year. How did you change that from a mental aspect this year?
After a tough loss to the team in Michigan that we lost to, we all had a group meeting, a player-led meeting, and we all talked about it, and we said we're not going out like last year, and we have to change our mentality, and everyone at state is very good. So, yeah.
You guys gave up only 17 points on Thursday. You give up only 41 points tonight. What is it about your defense that makes you so tough?
We practice it every day. We go on help side. We work. We rebound. We do everything we have to do. And we practice. We go through their sets, all that.
Listen, Maurice, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's bring in the big guy, Coach Kleinschmidt here. Big guy. Congratulations. I know this is an emotional moment for you, but what does it mean to you in this program?
Well, it's everything. The kids, it's for the kids. It's for the schools, for the community, but I had such a wonderful group of young men that were coachable, and they did everything they asked of them, and look what happens. They're unbelievable young men.
Let's talk a little bit about this Saints team. I know the scoreboard shows a convincing win, but what challenges did they present to you guys?
Well, they had shooters. We were very concerned about the three-point line. Everybody knows Serta, but 11 and 30 really shot it well, and 24 is a heck of a player, and they're very well coached. So we had to guard the line, and they come out 1-3-1, gave us some problems early till we adjusted.
The final games of the regular season, you guys lost 5 of 7. How did you get them in the right frame of mind to start this state tournament?
Well, we played one team that's playing tonight, that's Bennett, and then we played the #1 team in Michigan, so we wanted to be prepped for the tournament. And, you know, we didn't know the injuries were going to be a problem early, and they were catching up, and it came at the right time.
Let me ask you about the Catholic League Blue and that competition. How has that prepared you for the competition here in Champaign?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I know the Public League's fantastic. West Suburban's fantastic. I'm biased. I think the Catholic League's the best. You know, you got Carmel Rita, Brother Rice, the list, Fenwick, Iggy, list goes on. But you see different styles every night. It prepares us for the playoffs and then getting down here.
Well, I know you're going to be rooting for Bennett tonight. Why is that?
Yeah, my two best friends, besides my wife. My brother is an assistant coach, and Gene Heidkamp's been one of my dear friends since I was a little kid, so proud of him.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Matt, back over to you.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. We waste no time as we get to the awards presentation as we check in with the public address system.
Assistant Robert Harris. Number 1, Grayson Snurley. Number 2, Malachi Barnes. Number 3, TJ Larson. Number 5, Cole Serta. Number 10, Rem Lee. Number 11, Chase Fisher. Number 12, Rye Pertz. Number 20, Will Vogel. Number 22, Ryan Russell. Number 23, Bennett Summers. Number 24, Colin Hayes. Number 30, Trey Eller. Number 44, Finnan Krenz. Number 55, Charlie Graham. And manager Paul Buchanan. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for our second place Class 2A finishers, the Bloomington Central Catholic Saints. And now for our Class 2A champions, the DePaul College Prep Rams. President Mary Dempsey. Principal Dr. Megan Stanton Anderson. Athletic Director Patrick Mahoney. Certified Athletic Trainer Logan Brown. Head Coach Tom Kleinschmidt. Assistant Keenan Franklin. Assistant Michael Sneed. Assistant Dylan Sneed. Assistant Craig Madzinski. Number 2, Cole Junworth. Number 4, Rob Walls. Number 11, Jonas Johnson. Number 12, Jack Kennedy. Number 13, Makai Kavame. Number 14, Miles Stewart. Number 20, Henry West. Number 21, William O'Shields. Number 22, P.J. Chambers. Number 23, Peyton Kamen. Number 24, Rashawn Porter. Number 25, Maurice Thomas. Number 32, Jack Hosty. Number 33, Jalen McElroy. Number 35, Dane Barkley. Gus Donahue. And manager James Kolpak. One more time for your Class 2A champions, the DePaul College Prep Rams. Now, with the coaches and captains of the Bloomington Central Catholic Saints, please step forward to accept your second place Class 2A trophy. Now, with the coaches and captains of the DePaul College Prep Rams, step forward to claim your Class 2A championship trophy.
It is a special moment to crown a state champion, but to do it for the first time is a feeling that schools simply never forget. We've had 2 of those today, with Jabot winning the first game and our 2A game with DePaul Prep and the Rams state champions for 2023.
Well, I tell you what, they were very impressive. From the beginning, they took control.
That'll do it for our coverage right now. We will be back on the air at 5:30. Of course, we'll send it back to the studio shortly. And we want to thank our entire IHSA television network production staff. Our director is Ron Paul Gavino. Our producer, Joe Nicola. Senior producer is Chris Jackson. And our executive producer and vice president of Weigel Broadcasting is Steve Farber. For Kenny McReynolds, for Mark Kruger, and for everyone here in Champaign, an emotional weekend continues. State championships are crowned. DePaul Prep, your 2A champs. My name is Matt Rodewald saying so long for Champaign. Back to our Chicago studios after a timeout.
From third to first for DePaul College Prep, they get their first state championship in school history. I'm Darius Joshua. He is the coach, Mark Lindo. Welcome to our IHSA TV studio. So that is our second champion of the day, 65-41 win for DePaul Prep over Central Catholic as they get the 2A championship. We saw Jabot get the championship earlier. So 2 champions in the books on our first day here. What kind of sticks out to you from the first day, or first half rather, of Championship Saturday?
Well, Jabot came out and did it offensively. DePaul Prep did not shoot the ball well last year in Champaign. They were lights out all weekend, shooting the ball at a high rate, but their defense has won that championship for them this weekend.
Obviously, Tom Kleinschmidt gets his first championship for DePaul College Prep in that 2A matchup. Got 2 more games, obviously, to come later on. Simeon and Metamora in Class 3A, and then Bennett and Moline in Class 4A. So 24 years removed from playing in the state championship game for Jabot. They get their championship, and in the first ever appearance in the state championship for DePaul Prep, they get the title. So that is it for now from these state championships. We will see you back here at 5:30. For now, we will send you to your regularly scheduled programming.